Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Sporty Monday, your comprehensive sports program that comes to you every Monday between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. And of course, the race for AFCON 2027. We've just left Morocco a week ago, and now focus shift to Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. AFCON 2027, how ready are we? And of course, the race to complete the facilities, including Raila Odinga International Stadium, is up in earnest, of course, initially called Talanta Sports City. Last week, Sports PS and his defense counterpart made a tour of the facility. Let's take a listen to what they had to say after that tour.
For me, is to confirm to the nation that the Pamoja AFCON is happening. We went to Morocco. We received CAF flag. That means come 2027, Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda will be hosting AFCON. And part of the infrastructure that shall be used for that purpose is this stadium, not forgetting Kasarani, Nyayo, and the other stadiums that are in progress. Nyayo National Stadium is meant to be given a new face, a new canopy. Kirigiti Stadium, we are going to complete it, and therefore it should be in use come next year.
We are satisfied that all the works are on schedule, and the infrastructure, or the Raila Odinga sports complex, is substantially complete. And by just looking at what is going on around this facility, is just to pay testament to the contribution that His Excellency the President is doing through his administration in sports development in the country.
You can tell yourself, you can see it by yourself that the project is being delivered. So, but it's not just this stadium. We need the issues of roads. That's why we have representatives from roads. We need water. That's why we have representatives from water. We need the issues of security. All those, we are working together to deliver this stadium. But the last bit that is most critical actually for football is the pitch itself. You can tell the drainage system is being done. Finally, we'll have the grass done. But the grass, as per the requirement of CAF and FIFA, will have the grass grown naturally.
We'll have the grass grow naturally, and of course, he's talking of Raila Odinga Sports Complex. Shitera, I think you'll come first because you visited the facility just before the festive season, and of course, I can see the prerogative, rather the order, if I can say so, or the proclamation. That's the right word I was looking for. The proclamation by President Ruto that it's gonna be Raila Odinga International Stadium has actually taken effect. But fundamentally, or the most important thing they're saying, 2 months from now, that should be around 60. It's 80% done, so 20% to be completed. They're given a March deadline. That should be 2 months from now?
Yeah, a month from now, because I think we are at the end tail of January. And I think with the progress that is happening, I think it's doable. The only thing that I think will be remaining is the surface, which Major Victor Kinye said that it will be a mixture of, it will be a hybrid turf, a mixture of natural and artificial turf that is being put up.
How does that work?
I don't know, he said it will be a hybrid turf, probably modern facilities. I think it's a mixture of two, and you can clearly see they are already laying the drainage system and the irrigation system for the surface.
Fantastic.
It looks awesome, and in fact wanasema kwa Kiswahili kwamba mwenda pole hajikwai. Waswahili bado wanasema kwamba kawia
ungekuwa tu mwalimu wa Kiswahili.
Waswahili bado wanasema haraka haraka haina baraka. Nafikiri Kenyans were on the nerve of the government to deliver, and I can confidently and authoritatively say that in the East African region,
East and Central.
East Africa.
I don't think Congo has
No. Rwanda. They have.
I think we're going to beat Rwanda.
Rwanda, Amahoro state. That's why I'm very careful with my statement. In the East Africa region,
yes,
the region that is hosting CAF, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, I think we have the best infrastructure because when you compare Tanzania's Benjamin Mkapa, the 60,000 seater was constructed in 2009
by the Chinese.
I think the facility is outdated. Wacha nijigambe kidogo. The one they are putting up in Arusha is a 30,000 seater, not up to the capacity of the Raila Odinga Stadium. In Uganda,
Hiroshima.
Uganda, they have
Hoima, that's the
in Uganda they have Mandela Stadium.
Nambole.
In Nambole, I think it's a 45,000 seater, constructed in 1987-89. Same structure as Moi Kasarani, not to the standards. They have put up a new facility, Hoima Stadium. I think it's a 30,000 seater, not equal to Raila Odinga Stadium here in Nairobi. And I must say, and you remember when the groundbreaking ceremony was done, I said that this is a legacy project. It's a project that many generations will talk of. I did had that front row seat because I got the privilege to tour the facility, and I can tell you for free, this is a big investment in as far as sports is concerned. Some few questions were raised last week, and I got the privilege to receive so many calls. People thought that Atlanta looks like me.
Looks like you? Your face looks like a stadium.
The beauty. So
I don't know.
No. Let me put. It's a very. It's a very controversial. No, it's a very controversial statement, unfortunately. So they were asking me, the stadium looks awesome from outside. The stadium is magnificent, but what are those seats being put up? Are they trials or? I'll have an opportunity to go back to Major King and ask him about the seats, because Kenyans have pulled up photos of Hoima Stadium, a lowly ranked stadium that has better seats than what's being installed. So it's a question that in my follow-up I will also pose to them. Precisely. Why even Mandela Stadium, the renovated Mandela Stadium, has good seats.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's a question. Yeah, it's a question. Yeah, I'll follow up and I'll get the answers.
I know this is a topic that elicits a lot of interest. You see, I would want you to be cognizant of time, but as you do that, I think as a country, we've grown accustomed to, we have to host a sporting event for us to build a facility. Kasarani Stadium was built just before Zita was born, that in 1987, and it was purposefully built for all Africa Games. Yeah. So again, it has taken AFCON for us to build another facility. What does that tell you about as a country? Then too, the PSS there mentioned names of a number of facilities, including Kirigiti, Nyayo, and he didn't mention Police Sacco. But these are facilities that the designated training grounds. They'll also need some touch-up just in time for the Mo Salahs and the Sadio Manes to be in town.
Well, I think sometimes there are things that you can't avoid when you are in the global south. And some of them is what Dr. Patrice Motsepe spoke about during the AFCON, when a certain journalist, I was not here last Monday to join the queue when Zita and Shtera were roasting that man from, I think, Cote d'Ivoire. And he said one of the reasons they are taking AFCON and other competitions across the continent is because they want to use the same to improve sporting infrastructure in their respective countries. So sometimes there's a question of utility and a facility, you understand? So, well, it may be understood that we have taken long, but this AFCON has come to us as a big blessing that we have a reason really to say that we need to put up the facility like we have now in Raila Odinga Stadium. But that said, you know, I was then to hear Shitera qualify his statement about Amahoro vis-a-vis Talanta. He didn't. And so we are going to do homework about that. But now, let me say this. I am one of the Kenyans who are going to keep saying that as much as we've been told that we are 100% sure, like Shitera is saying, we want to see this facility up and running. We host a big match.
A test match.
A test match.
Actually, that test match, years back, when I said in Swila's shot, and this goes to President Dr. William Ruto. He's also an ardent Ghana. And in the spirit and memory of one Baba, that test match has to be between Kenya's Harambee Stars and Arsenal FC.
Or Arsenal versus Gor Mahia.
It's doable, yeah. Or Arsenal versus Gor Mahia. It's doable, and actually, that challenge lies with...
Or Arsenal and the best of KPL.
Or Kenya combined.
Yes, Kenya combined.
Wakili just said it should be Kenya Police, but...
Kenya Police have not... Kenya Police have not... No, they have not.
The reason I say that is because while we are celebrating, and I'm happy, for sure, I'm happy, we have to give flowers to those people who are doing a good job. The fact that now we have a good stadium, as we have been privileged to cover big tournaments, we have seen sometimes it can be headache to enter and exit a stadium. And that is some of the things that you can test when you have a very big match. A match that has stars to attract the Holopoloi of Nairobi, so that everybody is there and people are able to see how are you going to manage the crowds and all that, because that is going to be another test for AFCON. When we hosted Chan, when the stadium was refurbished, Kasarani, by the time we were playing, we had no issues of the stadium. The issue was managing crowds within the area during matches. So that is going to be quite a test, and I think it should be on the table of the organizers. But finally, Swila, on the same, you mentioned about the other small stadia.
Yeah.
Now, those are the ones that should bother us, because we have continued to see events that are non-sporting, you know, non-sporting events, always overtaking the sport agenda when it comes to some of these stadiums, including Kasarani. I want to believe that because those facilities have been there before, by the time we are opening Raila Odinga Stadium, they should be refurbished completely so that we remain with the focus of one thing, preparing Harambee Stars and the technical abilities of the players, the coaches and everything, and we forget about the infrastructure. But so far, so good, we can be optimistic.
Zita, real quick, because we want to go to the EPL, but it's a race against time. Basically, when we won this bid, we thought 2027 was far. On the contrary, now we are counting months. And you saw when we hosted Chan, not everything fell to plan. We struggled with crowd control, as Isia says, the issues of ticketing and whatnot. These are things that shouldn't haunt us when we host Africa's premier edition of Football Tourney, which is AFCON. So by now, until June next year, when the tourney kicks off, everything should be in shape.
I think despite even having the 60,000 seater, this one, the Atalanta or Raila Odinga Stadium, I think we should not rub off coming to 2027 the watch parties, because I was among the people who were covering the Chan watch parties, where a lot of people came to watch in actually. What do you call this place? In Kibera, of course, in all these places, Babadogo, of course, in town, and then, of course, near town. And these people came with their families to watch the game there. So it was a very nice and safe place. So as much as we are planning for to have all these stadiums, let us plan to have even the watch parties. And I'm happy the PS for Defense is saying that he's working closely with other departments, talk about the roads, road CS, other department, to make sure that all these things fall in place. Even the IT, the IT department, all these things are falling into place, meaning that they know the small, they go wrong in a small thing, everything will be rubbish off. But again, for them working with all these people and working with even the Kenya Power people, knowing that of course the electricity will be there. But Nyayo Stadium now, I think hakukuwa na power. When was it the match was there? Hakukuwa na stima because of the
even towards this Nairobi United match,
yes,
put some generators.
Because of paid dues. So let us just have all these things together. Let us know even how to make sure that the stadiums are okay, even if the matches are not being played there. Because I know in the coming 2 or 3 weeks, all the stadiums are going to be closed, and the KPL matches will continue. So my question is, where are these matches going to be played? Are we going back to Dandora? Are we going back to where Tusker always play in Machakos? Are we going back to Machakos? Are we going back to Bukungu? Where are we going back to play the matches when all these stadiums, because even the police and Ulinzi are going to be closed down because they're training, they have to be they have to be done renovation.
In fact, there is a new aspect on the stadium, the Raila Odinga Stadium, that I think we have not talked about, but even as we talk about crowd control and satisfying the fans, the architecture in charge told me that they are putting up, I think, around a 5,000-seater fan zone, yeah, outside, just outside, and they are putting it up a very big screen. So in the environment of the stadium, there is already
the training grounds.
There is already a fan zone with a very big screen. So I think from there now moving to the estate, it's sorted.
Okay, final thoughts.
Yeah, it is a good progress. I want to laud the government because they're not withholding the information about the progress.
Yeah.
It is good to update the public because immediately in the aftermath of AFCON, then also amidst the reckless talks from that man from a country with 2 names. You know, on your country you have 2 names and you critique our facilities. What I have to say, and my argument has always been this way, Morocco set some good standards.
Huge.
But that is the Moroccan way. Before Moroccan hosted AFCON, there was one in Ivory Coast and we had one in Congo. Yeah. These countries have got their own challenges. Cameroon. They've got their own challenges, but they still managed to be successful. In Kenya, we may be having our own infrastructural challenges, but we will host our AFCON our own way, in our own culture, and what is being done is commendable. But there are some emerging issues, particularly with the training grounds. I know, like for Police Circle, Morocco really love the pitch, and they've always called and say, reserve that pitch for us. However, I do not know if...
You have water.
Yeah? Have you had any crisis about water? Do you see us? Have we called for Arambe?
But have you? Have Kenya police? How many matches have Kenya police played at the Police Circle Stadium?
All our home matches, apart from the match against Gor Mahia and FC Leopards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
he cut me short. He cut my flow.
Of course, Shitera is always rabble-rouser. Of course, I know you are itching.
We've not called for Arambe
you
for
are itching to we want to serve you what you love. That's the Devils versus the Gunners. But before that, Kenya have actually lost out on the right to host Zone 5 volleyball